Welcome back. Federal Reserve Chairman Jay Powell and Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin will testify before the Senate Banking Committee this morning over the trillions of dollars spent amid the coronavirus pandemic. Joining me right now is a member of the Senate Banking Committee, Louisiana Senator John Kennedy. And Senator, it's great to have you this morning. Thanks very much for joining us. What do you want to hear from these two individuals this morning?
I want to know how much of the $3 trillion that we appropriated has been spent. I want to know how many state and local governments have asked to borrow money. We've heard a lot about how they need money. The Fed has a facility to loan them money at special rates. I want to see which states and cities are taking advantage of it. I want to know their thoughts about how much, if any, additional money we will need, how quickly the economy will come back. I want to know how quickly Treasury can get the Main Street lending program set up. I think they're a little bit behind, and I want to quiz them about that.
And you also mentioned the state and local governments. You have a bill out that's introducing the coronavirus relief fund flexibility. So you want to give states more flexibility on how they allocate capital to give them the funds provided with this coronavirus aid. What are you envisioning? Do you think that it's been too rigid in terms of how the states? Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Sure. Well, we've already given the states. The money's appropriated, $150 billion. That's 150,000,000,000,000 taxpayer dollars. We told the states and the cities you can spend it on coronavirus expenses. I want to pass a bill that says if you have a revenue shortfall as a result of coronavirus, you can use it to offset the revenue shortfall. That may mean that we don't need the Pelosi bill. If my bill comes to the floor of the U.S. Senate, it will pass overwhelmingly. I've just got to convince my friend Mitch McConnell to bring it to the floor.
Well, I mean, Nancy Pelosi says she's got a plan, and it's $3 trillion. We know it's expensive, but she said that it is a lot of the things that weren't in these previous plans.
She has no idea. She has no idea what states and local governments need right now. All I'm saying is, and none of us do, but I do know this, we have given them already $150 billion. And I'll bet you most states and cities haven't spent it yet. And I want to give them a little flexibility in how they spend it. And it may be that we, as a result, we don't need Speaker Pelosi's bill at all.
Now we see that the NASDAQ is potentially making changes on Chinese companies' IPOs. This is another piece of legislation that you've been talking about in terms of ensuring that those Chinese companies follow the rule of the law. What happens next in that story?
I would not turn my back on the Chinese Communist Party if they were 2 days dead. They cheat. And I've got a bill to stop them from cheating with Chris Van Hollen on the New York Stock Exchange.
We're going to be talking about that, Senator. It's great to see you this morning. An abbreviated session between us. We will see you soon, sir. Senator John Kennedy. Stay with